It's week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He's looking for a milestone 5,000-yard season and maybe a little hardware come February as well. It's the Dolphins and the Cards, and it comes your way next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple. Here's Harrison Neves to get this one started. And here we go from Miami. Return coming from the 6. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Put some heat on this deep. That's caught at the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a 6-0 lead right away. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Point after up and good from Bates. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
The biggest mistake he could make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they've planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
First down, here's Tua. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals will take over as he reports his first interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel.
There he goes on the right side. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Cardinals drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hits his running back. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here's Tagovailoa again. They'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Nevis with a point after. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off.
Hopkins isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Cardinals out for the punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss and now gets this one away. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Found some space, ended up with 18 on that return. And it'll be Dolphins football. On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Able to find Achane. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Tagovailoa on first down. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy. You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off. Mevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins tie things up at 14. Mevis ready to send this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Play action on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Running it after the penalty. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona. Option play they give to Benson. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Staying on the ground with Benson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals break the tie here in the first. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fielded at the 7. Good looking return here, and he's got room. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Miami offense headed out there now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Throw to the right finds Waddle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. And what an incredible season he's had, Brock. That last completion gets him to another milestone. 5,000 yards passing on the year. You know this. There aren't many who've ever accomplished that in league history. And it is a decorated list of names for those who have. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins get it down to a single point. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Dolphins tie this game at 21. Mevis ready to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cardinals offense making its way out. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Throw left side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's 1 quarter down in our Christmas Eve contest. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at 1st down here. He's dropping back to throw. He just throws this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards.
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals take a 2nd quarter lead. Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He's going to field this at the 2. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins and running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And he's found many a gift in the end zone this season. As we work through December, he is currently tops in the league in rushing scores. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd down carry for Achane. Has a lane past the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. They get 28 out of that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
32 stinger. 21G, 21G.
Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
All right, come on.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Has room into the secondary. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
calls it in. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. Tua Tagovailoa with the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins tie us up 28-all. Levis ready to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Benson once more. Across the 45 and still going. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st. It's Benson on the give. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. This time it's a passing play. That's complete, David Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that 1st.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
They give on 2nd to Benson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Bates' kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Dolphins are headed out there. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
They run the counter to HN. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, low. It's safe.
A-Chain again. And he's brought down for a loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Tua now from the gun. Caught him deep behind the line. And it looks like they'll keep possession. Somebody jumped on that right at their own 2-yard line. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that one goes out of bounds. Didn't really challenge for midfield at all. They're going to mark it inside the 45-yard line. The Cardinals and Trey Benson back out on offense. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing it to start this drive. Gets this one to Harrison. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. 2nd and 1. Has it down close. Touchdown, Arizona. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, get set.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right. Ready,
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, a give to AJ. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Connects with Cook. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in by Ayuk. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go now.
From the 32. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Here he is on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet deep to the right. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the Miami touchdown. Nevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins cut it to a field goal game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Pierce now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number one. So we've reached half. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
They're right here.
Tagovailoa. He lobs it up. Left sideline looking for a chip. He's got it at the 30. And he's out after a breakaway run reaches the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30.
44. Ready.
Second half begins with a run by Achane. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Go ahead. Out.
Going play action. Tagovailoa. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Mevis able to knock it through. And that will tie things up in the third.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Cardinals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. First and 10 coming up. Benson's got it. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
He's got Harrison. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. They'll throw it again. McBride hauls it in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grab the lead on their first series of the half. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Go ahead. Turbo 1 high, turbo 1 high, out.
Tua off the play fake. Has a man, it's Achane. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Achane on the inside give. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Get some space around midfield. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him.
Ready.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Ready. Out.
Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. When you don't make that catch.
And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That's up and through for the point after. And the Dolphins bring it back to even. Mevis ready to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Cardinals ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Gets this one to Harrison. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Benson on 1st and 10. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. The give now to Benson. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. On now comes their punter. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. So this one carries all the way to the side. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Get set. Set.
They'll start the drive with Achan. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there, and a new set of downs. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Ready.
So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10.
Listen up. No, no.
Tua setting up to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Achan up the middle. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready, set.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Ready. Out.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Get set. Set.
They just get the play off. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Cardinals will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready. Snap. Snap.
Benson now from the gun. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Let's go now.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming.
Here we go. Set.
Back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. They give up the gut to Benson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Setting up a throw. taken in by Harrison. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Cardinals first down. Option play they give to Benson. Oh no, the ball is loose! And the Dolphins got it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Miami. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, here's Tua. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And that'll bring up second down. Tua now from the gun. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Here's Tua again. On target to Waddle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a fourth quarter lead. Devon Achane with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Mevis ready to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Out ahead the Cardinals now on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. They'll try it right with Benson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 38. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. They're running the option, short side. And he's able to take this up pretty close to that 40-yard line. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss. So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Desperation time here on fourth. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Go ahead.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready.
Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Go ahead. 29-yard line.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins leading by 7. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff for A-Chain. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Waddle now in motion right. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Ready. Out.
Here's A-Chan. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Big moment for Harrison Mevis here. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Pierce now on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Airing it out to start this drive. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. And the Dolphins are there to bring him down. Cardinals in the hurry-up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. He's got Harrison. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. And that might do it for him, Brock. Doesn't reach the marker as they turn it over on downs here in the fourth. Dolphins breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's fins up as the Dolphins take the win at home. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week.